Yes, you read it right. Even native English speakers do mispronounce English words sometimes. How is that? Hi guys, my name is Resh and I'm running a YouTube channel that is all about languages. If you're into that kind of stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to receive notifications whenever I post a new video. And also, if you want, you can follow me on Instagram. Now, is it really true that native English speakers, Americans, can mispronounce words sometimes? Yes, it happens quite often. But why does it happen? Now, the biggest reason for it is that English is not a phonetic language. The letters of the alphabet do have a specific sound, but that doesn't mean that whenever you see the letter in a word, it will represent the sound it makes. Let me give you an example. For instance, the letters C and H. They can be pronounced as ch, as in chair, but they can also be pronounced as as in choir, but they can also be pronounced as a sh, as in chandelier. So how am I supposed to know which one to pick? Now that is quite complicated because English has only few rules when it comes to pronunciation, with a lot of exceptions. So basically, to know a word, you have to actually listen to a native speaker or look it up in a dictionary to be 100% certain how the word is supposed to be pronounced. Now, if you open up an online dictionary, type in the word you want to know the pronunciation of, you will see the phonetic spelling in brackets right next to the word. Generally, people who follow me on this channel know that I'm obsessed with pronunciation. I think the most valuable thing to do to improve your pronunciation is talking to native speakers. And now here's where Meet to Talk comes into play. Meet to Talk is an English learning company that offers you courses in person and online with native English speakers. They have courses in 5 different groups with 5 different English levels, ranging from beginner's level to advanced level. And the thing is that you don't sit there and listen to a teacher as if it is an English lesson, but rather you're speaking all the time, you're practicing, you're talking. It's not that much of a lesson, but it's more of a conversation, and that's what it makes so beneficial. I've actually attended a class with native speaker Freddie, and it was quite fun, and I didn't even understand how the time passed by, right? Shout out to my man Freddie here. The sessions are 120 minutes long, and as I said, it is more of a conversation. That's why you don't get bored or exhausted, because you talk all the time. You're talking and practicing and thus improving your language skills. Each group has 3 to 6 students, and as I said, you can attend the classes in person. If you live in Istanbul, they have 3 different cafes. If you live in Antalya, they have a cafe in Antalya as well. But if you want to attend the online classes because you're too far away or you just think it's better for you, then of course you can also attend the online classes. The first session is entirely free for you to just check it out, go give it a shot, dip your foot in the water, see if you like the water. Now, if you click the link in the description box and use this voucher code, you can get the yearly plan for 50% off. That's half the price. And now guys, I can tell you, compared to other online language platforms, this is very, very affordable. You can learn English and have such a big benefit for just such a small amount of money. Click the link in the description box, use my code for the yearly plan, and get 50% off on Meet to Talk. And now, if you're ready, I want to start off with the words that even native speakers mispronounce. And now the first one is this word. I just want to give you guys a second to pronounce it, give it a shot. Now, I've heard so many people mispronounce this word, even native speakers.
Toward the tiny upper echelon of performance.
Then from there, I moved to the next echelon, I would say. And
most of the time when a native speaker reads a word he has never heard before and he wants to pronounce it, he can give it a shot, but it doesn't mean he's going to be right 100% of the time. Saying echelon is actually a pretty good shot because the CH can be pronounced k sometimes, as I said in the beginning of the video. But in this word, it is pronounced sh, so it's echelon. Echelon.
A great distance past every echelon.
People that are in the upper echelon.
Echelon means people at a lower or upper level of a large organization or society. Only members of society's highest echelon can afford to own airplanes. Okay, now the second word that I've heard being mispronounced a lot is this word, and I totally get it because it's not actually English. I've heard a lot of people say acai.
Local corner store and get a Kel cucumber acai berry smoothie.
I even heard some people say acai.
Acai, I don't even know what that is, but we're spending billions of dollars on it.
It's gotta be acai. The emphasis on the last syllable, which is the E sound, right? Acai. Acai.
And then you need to go forage for acai berries.
Acai is basically a small, round, dark purple fruit from a type of palm tree that grows in Brazil. The cocktails are made of tropical ingredients such as fresh passion fruit and acai berries. Okay, now this word is probably one of the words that is being mispronounced by native speakers the most. And I totally get it, because if you look at it, it looks like it's gotta be pronounced mischievous, right? It's not like that, but you can hear it being pronounced like that a lot of times.
Eyebrow that suggested a mischievous side.
And loads of mischievous fun.
But its correct pronunciation is mischievous.
Is that mischievous enough for you? Does that?
Some of them are a little mischievous.
Mischievous means behaving in a way that is slightly bad, but not serious. An idea brought a mischievous smile to her lips. Now let me ask you one thing. If you prepare a hamburger and you take a look at the recipe, you will find this word. Now this city in England is famous for this sauce. A lot of people say Worcestershire sauce, and that's not a bad guess.
Favorite marinades is Worcestershire sauce.
A dash of Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire.
A little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
1 dash Worcestershire sauce. I like Worcester. I can't say this name.
Dash of Worcestershire sauce.
Newsflash, it's supposed to be pronounced Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Crazy, right? I don't know why. I have no idea. It doesn't make any sense. We know the ending shire from New Hampshire, for instance. Tending to pronounce it as shire is not a bad guess. And the first part of the word, which looks like Worcester, is actually just Worcester. Worcester. So it goes Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Crazy how just a few people actually know the correct pronunciation of this word.
And then a shot of Worcestershire sauce.
A little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
Ooh, it reminds me a little bit of Worcestershire sauce.
I'm a little bit puzzled about this word because I would not have thought that people would actually mispronounce this. But I've heard some people say facade. Yes, I did. I really have heard people say facade, but the correct pronunciation would obviously be facade. Facade.
There is, as you say, this facade.
Only put up a facade for them.
There was nothing real out there. It was all just a facade.
Facade can have two different meanings. One of them would be a false appearance, and the other meaning would be the front of a building. For instance, behind that beautiful facade, he is a deeply unpleasant man. Or, look at the gallery's elegant 18th century facade. Okay, for all of you coffee lovers out there, this word is not pronounced espresso. I don't know how that comes into people's minds. I think it's because of the word express. Some people do mispronounce words that start in ESP. For instance, some people say especially instead of especially, and it is espresso, not espresso.
Buying him like an espresso and parking validation while you wait.
The next time you want to go to Starbucks and you want to order an espresso, don't say espresso, say espresso.
Nobody understood that it's espresso, not espresso.
Okay, this word really throws me off because I have no idea about the real, actual, correct pronunciation. I always pronounce it as eschew, but I've heard people say eschew, eschew, issue, itchu, eskew, eskew, so many different pronunciations.
Which we then eschew.
I don't even think we have to eschew experiments entirely.
We decide to eschew.
And the sooner we eschew our narrow view.
Campaigns, eschew issues.
I've tried to listen to native speakers. I'm using Youglish for this, by the way. I've heard so many people say different versions of this word, like everybody pronounces it in a different way. And then I actually looked it up at some dictionaries and I found different phonetic spellings, so nobody's actually certain. I feel like everybody has his own opinion on that. What I started wondering is, who actually determines the correct pronunciation of a word? Who says that this word has to be pronounced that way? I don't know. I think you can just say anything. You can just pronounce it the way you want. That's what I believe. I have no goddamn clue, man. Eschew means to avoid something intentionally or give something up. We won't have discussions with this group unless they eschew violence. This is not a word that you would use on a daily basis. Maybe write it in your essays, or if you're planning to have a presentation, maybe for that. But generally, I don't think that a lot of people use it on a daily basis. It just sounds a little bit more distinguished. So yeah, but if you want to use it, just go for any pronunciation. Okay, I definitely like this word. I'm almost certain that it's a French word, and I've heard a lot of people say chick. What?
This chick, 11,000 square foot house has 5 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms.
If you're talking about something that is elegant, that is fashionable, that is stylish, then you would say it is chic. Chic. It's not a ch sound, it's not a sound, it's chic. So you have the sh sound and the e vowel, you go chic.
You know, fasting today has become rather chic.
For instance, let me take you to a chic restaurant tonight. How about that? If you're down, leave it in the comment section. I'll take you. Okay, the other day I've heard former President Barack Obama mispronounce this word.
Navy corpsman Christian Bashar.
So if you spell this word with an E at the end, then it is pronounced the way he pronounced it, corpse. But corpse, if you pronounce it like that, it means dead body. So someone has died and they're burying the corpse of that person. But if you're talking about this word, the P and S are silent, so it's core. Don't ask me why, it is completely not logical. It doesn't make any sense. Probably because it's a French word, I don't know. But spelled this way and pronounced core is not a dead body. It is a group of people involved in the same job, such as the Marine Corps, for instance.
And then we joined the Peace Corps together.
Now works for Mercy Corps.
A lot of people have mispronounced this word before. I've heard various things.
But nuclear weapons were not a possibility.
It is supposed to be pronounced nuclear. Nuclear.
Good nuclear family.
Ambitious, fragile, and nuclear.
There's no other way of pronouncing this word. Okay guys, that was it for this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay tuned. See you guys in another video. Till then, take care.